This is Mark Anthony, a founder of the Capitol Hill Autonomous Zone.
It all started with the death of George Floyd. I've always been passionate about social injustice. People were coming here on a daily basis and we were protesting, very peaceful. And during the night, it would get more aggressive. There were a few of us who have been protesting from before, so people at this point were recognizing us as some of the leaders. They were using tear gas on us every night.
Protests got worse when a man drove into a crowd of protesters and shot someone who tried to stop him, leading the mayor to surrender the area as the police completely evacuated.
There were still thousands of people that showed up to protest. We didn't know the cops were gone.
We got one person killed, but the Seattle Police Department cannot go in.
That is correct.
More than a dozen shots are heard.
The people that were living here at the time couldn't get adequate medical services.
He needs your help. This is your job. If he dies, it's on you guys. You could have saved his life.
It was peaceful. It was unity, and then it just went to hell.
How many people died?
All right, Shalom. I'm going to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahawah, by Hashem Yahushua, by Hashem Rakwa Quadash, double unto the apostles of GMS, and sincere Shalom to the brothers out here pushing this truth and sincerity. And this is actually about a month ago, as far as I've seen in the comments. But so now you have it to where the police leaves them alone, and things still happen. This is proof that the freedom fighters don't add up. The freedom fighters can't do anything, and even if they were to do something, they can't maintain it. This is why we can't rely on ourselves. This is why we rely on the Heavenly Father, because He's the only one that can make any of this right. Like as you can see in the clip, they said it was a quote-unquote peaceful protest. Meanwhile, in the daytime, they're over there flipping cars. Meanwhile, they can't even get proper medical attention, because guess what? When it comes to the ambulance field or the medical field, when you go out to try to treat someone, the police has to escort them. They have to be with them, especially in scenarios like this when people get shot. The police have to be there. When they get there, they ain't moving. If the ambulance pulls up and the police ain't there, the ambulance ain't doing their job. Well, they're not allowed to, because the police ain't there to keep them secured. So guess what? That person's gonna die. Same thing is gonna happen when this economy crash. No one's gonna be working. You won't have no police force, no ambulance force, and now guess what? You don't have no medical supplies. See, these people talking about these are the same people that says we can make it on our own, or we gotta take down the government. But you're the same people that wants to rely on the government to get medical supplies and all this other stuff, right? But that goes to show you that we can't be a part of this world, because that's just nothing but confusion in itself, right? So I'm gonna get this real quick. This is Ecclesiasticus 16:11. It says, "And if there be one stiff neck among the people, it is marvel if he escape unpunished." Now this is talking about us primarily, as far as the ones that are not caught up into all this madness, the ones that's waking up to this truth. It says, "For mercy and wrath are with him. He is mighty to forgive and to pour out displeasure." I mean, tossing off the old man, not being a part of this world. It says, "As his mercy is great, so is his correction also." Because when you come out of that life, actually I'm gonna keep going. It says, "He judgeth a man according to his works," right? And that's what we do. What the Lord's given us that position to do in this truth, because you have probably a lot of brothers that came out of the world that used to smoke or do a lot of drinking, and now they can decipher or pretty much correct people, especially the ones that's coming in, to show you that you don't need any of this stuff. You don't need to abuse it. If you want to drink a little bit, that's fine, but don't be overbearing with it, right? Don't let your addictions from this world carry over into this truth. That's one of the beauties of, even though it's a blessing to be born into this truth, it's also good to actually understand, coming from the world into this truth, you have the knowledge to know that what I did back then was messed up. See, these black freedom fighters, they've been looking for an answer but can't find it. So they resort to relying on themselves and they got nowhere, right? Let me see. Right. So this verse 13, it says, the sinner shall not escape with his spoils, and the patience of the godly shall not be frustrated. And those spoils, and see, the spoils that our people like to cling to is the things of this world, especially their so-called rights. That's the number one thing they like to cling on to. But nothing in the society of a spoil these people can hold on to, because it's all worthless. But the kingdom of heaven is not worthless. That's what we aim for. And we ain't trying to be like these sinners out here talking about our people. We ain't trying to be like them, because we don't already seen firsthand what it's like. The truth turns us completely different. This is why we call it a brainwashing, as people like to misconstrue and call it something corrupt. But you can't corrupt something by washing it. So cleaning a brain is not corrupting. It's clean. It's cleansing. We're cleansing the filth of Babylon off of us, so we don't end up acting like these people. Because as you seen in the clip, they wanted the police gone, like every other nigga wants to talk about. But guess what? When you got it, you don't know how to maintain it. This is why we couldn't keep this. Like if you took down Esau now, all his infrastructure, or at least not even infrastructure. A lot of people want to keep that, but you took down the government and all this other stuff, and you just have all America. Guess what? You just saw what just happened in this clip. Niggas shooting each other left and right. No medical detention. Especially since nobody really wants to learn how to do a whole bunch of other things anyways. Nobody's trying to not a whole lot of people trying to look for trades and know how to actually do something productive towards their own survival. So they're just left out in the dark. Right? So I wanted to get something as well, since this was the main thing a lot of people likes to talk about, especially as of recently, for this past, I think, year now, was the constitutional rights, right? Because, long story short, people who have problems with, and many people probably already seen this right now, people like Walmart, they have a problem with people stealing stuff, so now they hire people at the checkout to make sure they check receipts and all this other stuff to make sure no one's stealing. Lord behold, people having a fit about it and claiming it's taking away their constitutional rights. But a lot of these people wanted to take down the government, the very same thing that gave them rights. Speaking of which, so when you go into Google, and a lot of people don't want to look up this, it says, I typed in who makes the constitutional rights. All right, it says the Congress. I also typed in who takes away the constitutional rights. The judges. The judges can take it away. The Supreme Court can take it away, and the U.S. court can also take it away. But these are the main people who said you can't take these things away. So how can I give you something and not expect it to be taken away from me? It doesn't. A lot of these things don't add up in people's minds. So while these people think they're safe in the society because they quote unquote have rights, don't mean anything. But they're gonna be left in the dark, right? So this is actually. I want to get Ecclesiastes 12:3. It says, in the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, because them strong men are also the workers, but also the military that goes into it, right? It says, and the grinders cease because they are few, meaning you don't have much jobs. And those that look out the windows be darkened. And guess what? That goes into your lack of work, lack of entertainment, lack of everything, including your constitutional rights. Because those are always easy to take away. Just like it's easy to get it's going to become even easier to get your house taken away. Your car's easy to get taken away. Your clothes, even when you go to prison, is easily taken away. So, these people put so much trust in this society, claiming that we, the people, make this place great, when it's the people that's in charge that's always made this place quote unquote great and terrible. And is ultimately made up from the Lord. But these people, Esau's smart. He's crafty. He gives these people the image to think that they are able to do something, that they are able to take down the government or their military or so on and so forth. And we've seen the results when they try to. Because the moment they say no police for you, you guys best believe nothing else is protecting this place. Because guess what? No police means no protection, which means no ambulance either. Right? So these people done screwed themselves. And people still going to try to claim their rights are more important and all this other stuff. Blasey, blasey. But these people want to figure out the hard way. Especially when that dollar crashes. We'll see what a lot of these people do. Because I guarantee they're going to go bonkers. So this is 2 Peter 2:13. And shall receive the reward of unrighteousness, as they count it pleasure to riot in the daytime, or at night. Spots they are blemishes, sporting themselves with their own deceivings, while they feast with you. You see, this is basically, I even went into that word riot, I believe, some time ago, which basically means being barbaric, because our people being barbaric all the time, which means they riot every day. But now people actually have an excuse to do all these things and thinking something's going to be good coming out of it. All the time, people's just upset. People's angry, nothing's going their way, so they figured riots are the only way. That's what happens when you put your trust into to a destined to fail society. One that's built off of bloodshed and chaos, and off of our own, basically using us out of slavery. You can't get nothing good out of that. You're going to try to put your trust into a society that's all about murder and robbery. And guess what? These people getting robbed on a daily basis. I'm not even talking about physically, but mentally as well. Because these people don't know what they want. You have all sorts of groups out here claiming this, and that, and don't even know what the hell they want. So this is why it's only a matter of time for this place to be destroyed, and we welcome it. The more these things happen, the more we're ready to get out of here. Because all this stuff is just pure madness. This is why I'm even myself is grateful that I'm able to see a lot of this stuff, because it makes me grateful that the Lord didn't make me turn out like that. And I pray that the Lord keeps me that way, along with various sincere brothers. Right? So that's pretty much all I wanted to go into with that. So, Lord willing, this is edifying. And with that, shalom.